Well, here it comes.
It's that 4-fan roll, yeah, we ride real slow. Texas bass hitting while the Carolina flow. From the whistles to the winds, every tale they record. Adam and Jack hold it down on 4th and Ward. Southside swing with the coach and Lord. Real life stories, yeah, they back for more. Turn the beat up loud, let the truth restore. You locked in now with the 4th and Ward.
Well, it didn't take long for off season to start to take effect. I've been doing some just looking around and stuff. I don't know why, but I follow SC Football Scoop maybe on X.
Yeah.
And it's somebody that's kind of just taking on all things coaching job related, I guess, in South Carolina. I guess you've seen this page?
Yeah. I followed it a little bit about this time last year, probably. I think it kind of started to take off, but they do a pretty good job. They kind of keep you updated on every opening, and sometimes they just put out little like kind of vague statements.
Mhm.
You know, defensive minded coaches looking for yada 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 in the Midlands. You know, math and PE jobs open, DM if interested, whatever. It's pretty cool. I like looking at it every now and then.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just this line of work. Maybe it's because like it goes back to NCAA 14, the coaching carousel.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just fun to see where somebody was going to go, and then I'm going to bounce and dip out on UNT or whatever dynasty I was doing, and
Yeah.
go take the head job. So then it's us, but it's adults now and it's real jobs. And
yeah.
by no means, guys, am I actively looking for jobs. It's just interesting. It's interesting to keep up with the coaching network and all this and that. But they actually put out a list on that Twitter page that I guess there's already several openings in South Carolina.
There are. I know of a few. I actually have the list right here.
Oh, yeah, let's pop that up real quick.
Here we go. Get that tab over. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 head coaching openings.
That seems quick to have double-digit head coaching jobs open. I mean,
Can you see that all right?
is there a storm brewing or something like that? Yeah, okay. Got it. I don't know. Maybe it's just some rough situations, some rough seasons. I don't know how some of these. I know 96 was one of our teams of the week, and it looks like that job is now opening. I hope being the 4th and Ward team of the week wasn't a kiss of death.
I don't think so. That's
Union County used to be pretty good.
Yeah, and I think Conway too. I mean,
Conway used to be pretty good. Yeah, North Myrtle Beach. I mean, at least you're down there at the beach.
I've never heard of some of these. Whale Branch, never heard of it.
Never heard of Whale Branch. I think it might be lower part of the state.
Lake Wiley. Never heard of Lake Wiley.
Not far from where we grew up. Never heard of Lake Wiley. No. Conway for sure. Colleton County, I think, is maybe Midlands Low Country, kind of that in between, somewhere down in there. But Wagner Sally, I haven't heard of that one either. No,
I've heard of it, but I have no idea where it is. No idea.
Liberty, that's up near y'all.
Liberty, we actually played them this year. Liberty High School in Pickens County.
When we were in school, Liberty got a new stadium.
Yep. They got a nice turf field, nice stadium.
Y'all played them, so are they 3A?
No, they're 2.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
You said they were pretty good? They got y'all,
Yeah, pretty solid. I mean, they got us to run. Well, Paul Sutherland was the coach. He's kind of legendary coach in the area.
Yeah.
He's retiring, so that's why that one's opening up.
Oh, okay. So it's not because it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy like that.
I got you.
Well, Coach, one of our coaches from high school coaches there now, Coach Creamer.
Really? Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But no, I wouldn't say that's not a bad job at all. I mean, you're in a good area, over in that Pickens-ish upstate area, kind of close to Clemson. So I mean,
let's take a look at it real quick. I mean, let's just play hypotheticals. It's off season now, right? So I mean, I could go and watch our playoff loss for the 10th time with my youngest son, but
no,
I think I would much rather. Well, they got McCormick pulled up right there on the actual tweet itself. Does it say? Oh, it just has the posting. I got you.
Yeah, we want
McCormick.
to see that.
Are they one?
See that money? I want to see that money.
I am kind of curious now.
All right, so let me pull it up. I have it pulled up here. All right, so here is the actual listing on School District Pickens County. Head football coach at Liberty High School. Let's see. We kind of know what.
Now, what is it? Is it tied to? Is it everything? Is it kind of tied to an AD job or anything like that? Or
I don't believe so. Just teacher, head coach, and teacher.
okay, well, that's a lot off the shoulders of whoever would want
Yeah,
to take that.
and there's a lot like when we were in school, the AD was always the football coach, the head
Right.
football
Usually, it
coach.
was a way to pay more. If you gave them
Right.
that title, they could pay you a little more. They could take you out of the classroom.
So they kind of moved away from that, at least in our area, where it's more split now. But the pay, I don't think went down at all. I think the pay went up because I mean that's just how it is. Competitive salaries, kind of how the
And
world
what's
goes.
does it have? I'm just curious now. Does it have
$102,742, non-negotiable, by the way.
Okay.
Can't go in there. Give me more money.
And Pickens County, they have multiple high schools, right? I mean, they have
They have three,
Pickens High,
4,
Liberty.
3.
Is Daniel in
Daniel's in it.
Pickens?
Daniel's
Okay.
in Pickens. So Daniel,
Okay.
Easley, Liberty.
Easley's the other one I was thinking of. Okay.
So there might only be 3.
So I guess they probably have to make it non-negotiable just to keep it between multiple schools, keep it all on the same page. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're district like us. You got 3 high schools. It's kind of everything. Or every school's got to get the same thing, even though I don't think that really ever happens in our district. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, no, it looks like just teacher, head coach. Don't specify what content area, which they could probably always make that work.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like to think somebody's probably looking for a PE type, health type, weightlifting type course load. It is kind of interesting that the head coach has to teach. That part interests me.
And I wonder how much, I know some head coaches are, one in particular is a PE content, certification. And I think he's a teacher and a coach, but I think the teaching portion is like, some are 2 classes. I think some are just 1. And that one class is like a large, they co-teach with another PE teacher, and it's like a football or sports specific class. So
gotcha. Okay.
It's, not a typical classroom setting. If you're a PE, at least. Now, if you're a math teacher, I don't know how that would work. If they could co-teach with a PE teacher for a football class, I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, you'd want to make sure it was something where you're not going to be state tested necessarily or have a whole lot of red tape you got to work with. Obviously, if you're taking on a head coaching job, that's going to come with its own mountain of responsibilities, and that's kind of the trade-off, right? So, I mean, I would think they'd make it make sense for whoever wound up with it. But
what do they call it? Other duties as assigned.
Other duties as assigned. Yeah, that's the golden rule in this job.
So, looks like the 15th is when this one goes down. So that'll be
so by the time we get this episode up, there'll be about a 5-day window.
Yeah.
If anybody's looking to relocate to the upstate area, we're just picking on this one just because it was local to us. But I am kind of curious now, though, especially being somewhere that's totally different, right? And just seeing it done a totally different way. And you're able to compare. And I don't know about you, Jack, but I like to I've got like a whole notebook that is basically what my blueprint would be if that day ever came, or if I was ever attempting to interview something. This would be the blueprint for how I'd want the program to be done.
Yeah.
Just because it's what you think's right. It's your vision for it, right? Oh, this is the whole.
So these are athletics supplements.
So they're very transparent. All right. So they've got it all listed out here with supplements, coordinator spots.
I think most places have to, as a public school, in South Carolina at least. A lot of them have it posted. I know ours is.
Maybe I just never dug too far into it. Okay, so shoot, we can really do a deep dive here. Okay, so head football coach, we already kind of went through that. All right, and obviously it's the same no matter what school they're in that particular district. But it looks like you get your 2 coordinator spots. Makes sense. It's kind of the status quo. So coordinator stipend right at 10. What is that? 9,200 for a coordinator supplement.
358.
Oh, okay. Dang, my eyes are bad. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 varsity assistant supplements. That's seems really low. That seems low.
That does seem low.
JV football is a separate stipend. JV football assistant is a separate stipend. So right there is kind of worrying. Now I know it's 2-way, but I mean, what do you figure their enrollment is? I mean, how big of a team do you think you're working with?
Well, I know at least Liberty, when we played them, I mean, they had a good number of kids out there.
Yeah.
I couldn't guess for you, but Mike could look it up.
It just seems like a low number.
50.
seems like a
Ish.
low number of assistants. I mean,
Well, that's
I
9.
realize,
That's 9 total.
yeah. I mean, your
Paid.
coordinator's gonna have to coach a position, right? They're
So
gonna have
that's
to coach-
actually very similar to ours, actually. So we have,
Okay.
I think, 10 total, including the head coach. So
But do
we have
y'all?
9
And we don't have to
assistant.
dive a ton. Are the JV supplements separate and they're their own tier? Because that's where, to me, you might be losing something there. Like, I would. All right, hypothetically, let's just dive in hypotheticals. Let's just make a whole experiment out of it, Jack. And it's probably non-negotiable, right? If they're not letting you negotiate the salary for the head job, I doubt they'd let you tinker with stipends. But I would shave. I don't know. What's the assistant one? 6,600.
6,670.
6,7. So if you shaved 670, let's make it an even 6.
Mm-hmm.
Shave 670 off of the 5 varsity assistant stipends. What's 5 times 670? I got a calculator.
5 times 670 is roughly 300.
300. Okay. So all right. So now let's do it this way. If we eradicate these JV stipends, let's say that's what's the 5,500, 58,
56.
56 plus 43.
Nah.
God dang it,
God, you need.
terrible.
Yeah, what is
It's
wrong
bad.
with you?
Well, I've been wearing these same contacts for 2 years, so I
Can
need
you
to go
not
to the
just
eye
zoom
doctor.
in?
I don't know. Me and technology, it's not a great thing. All right, so you add the 2 JV supplements together,
All right,
plus
so
whatever the math was on that when we shaved the 670. Or here's what would be easier. All right.
So you got
totally.
about. So
I don't mean
the
to-
2 JV supplements total together is 10,563. So 10,500.
I just thought of a better way to do this. Let's just add up all the assistant stipends.
Just
Pull it, and then let's see what we can divvy it out to.
I know some districts do that. They just give you a pool of money.
Yeah. To me, that gives you more flexibility to kind of build the staff you would want to do to be able to get things done like you envision. So
That's a lot of sixes. All right. $52,000.
all right, 52 between. All right, so we're talking about a pool of 52. Okay. All right, so you're going to want quarterbacks, running backs, tight ends, maybe, or you can just call it receivers in general, depending on how you want to divvy it all out. O-line. Am I forgetting anything offensively?
I'm going to be honest. I'm over here mathing. I wasn't even paying attention.
You're the math guy, math certified. I just teach astronomy.
People on math. They might try to take me out the gym. I had to pull out the calculator. These numbers are getting big. All right. Let's see. 52 just didn't feel right. Well, it definitely wasn't right.
Our math was off.
It was off. We're looking more like 62,629.
We were off in the opposite. I thought we were overinflated. Okay, so now we got the pool of 62.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's just do, if you go position by position, quarterbacks, running backs, line, receivers, depending
Now,
on if you want to separate tight end.
Are you counting any of your coordinators as position coaches or just coordinators?
I was just doing assistants here, not counting
Okay.
coordinator stipends.
Okay.
Is that how you did the math? Did you do the math just off the assistants?
I just totaled all these numbers.
With the 2 coordinators.
You want
included?
just these, you want them all.
Yeah. Take the coordinators off. I figure they're going to need to, let's, sorry guys. Hey, was that the sound of a hop?
That sure was. I got to get, this is a lot right now.
Hey, this math lesson from 4th and Ward brought to you by Hop Water. What's that code, Jack?
The code is 4th and Ward. So the number 4, THANDWARD. Enter that code, hopwater.com, HOPWTR.com, and get $10 off your first order.
Heck yeah. Now back to the math.
Yeah, now I'm ready. I'm locked in now. All right, so we got 62,629. We're going to go ahead and take 9,358 out of that twice. All right, so our assistant pool, just assistants, 43,900.
Okay. I was about to say the 50 number I thought was, 43. So now back to our assistant positions, if I were doing it, which, I'm not, but quarterbacks, running backs, O-line, wide receivers, 4 position coaches on offense,
Mm-hmm.
D-line, linebackers, DBs. If you want to separate safeties and corners, or do you think that's necessary? That might not be for 2A. For 2A, that might not be necessary.
I don't think that's necessary.
So there's 8. All right. Give me give me a special teams coordinator, or that could be okay. Let's just keep it even. Let's say so. There's 8 right there.
We need more money. That's what we need. We need
Well,
more
what's
money.
43 divided by 8?
Not a lot.
That's 5 something a piece, right?
Yeah, about 5,300, almost 5,400.
5,400 a piece. Okay, for 8 position coaches now. All right, and then
Sorry, I was pouring it in the glass.
I'm trying to think of a way to maybe get an extra guy in there because what does that extend the staff to? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we went from 5 to 8 if we do it that way. Because now we're not keeping those JV guys separate. Now we got 8 varsity staff guys. You on the same page as me? I'll keep pouring the hot water, man. It's all good.
Yeah, you know what? I'll drink it out of the can. I got to lock in. All right.
So we went from 5 to 8 was my whole point in doing that exercise was you got 8 varsity assistants now. All right. You got a guy for each spot. Plus your 2 coordinators, that's 10. So you got an 11-man staff now. So we brought that up from head coach, 2 coordinators, 3 plus our 5, so 7, 8. So we added 3 positions basically.
I think the only problem you run into is that number 6,670 is kind of the number in this area, at least for an assistant coach, if they do it this way. And so I think by lowering it, you're kind of putting yourself at a little bit of a disadvantage. Not saying that $1,000 or whatever is going to make a difference between somebody taking a job or not. Right. You divide that over 12, it ain't much anyway after taxes, especially.
Well, and how I would pitch it is, it's the more bodies you have in there, in theory, you're able to divvy out things more. You're able to get things done more, so to speak. If you get the right guys in there, that's a whole other conversation. Is being able to get the right guys in there.
Let me look. I'm pretty sure ours are on here as well. So let me see how that compares. I'm just curious. A shout out Anderson 1, Dr. Young. All right, here we go. God, I can't even see this stuff. All right, let's try this a different way. I'm not sure if ours are on there or not. If that would help. Okay, no, it doesn't look like we have them in there. Thought we did.
Keeping it hidden.
Never mind. Tell you who we need to look at, though. I think it's Anderson 5. That's like West Side and Hannah.
Those are bigger schools, too, though. But, yeah, I mean,
I think they do the pool.
Because obviously you're probably going to want more than that if we're talking 4As and 5As.
Yeah, here we go, athletics. All right. Wait, this is just... All right, well, here's the head coach pay scale for District 5. They do get a pool. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the amount is. Back to it. Anyway, what were we looking at here?
No, my whole point was just adding a few spots, because especially if you're going somewhere where, all right, so just coming from Texas, all right, where I see how you're trying to grow programs and get numbers up. I feel like, especially at the 2A level, if you could build up numbers to a point where you got ample depth and you're not running guys ragged, like I do feel like that gives you an advantage at the 2A level. You know what I'm saying? Like you got guys that are fresher. If you got guys focusing on one thing, you can get more coached up. Maybe scheme wise, you can do a little bit more. That was my kind of whole point in trying to extend the coaching number of supplements or whatever. Just because I feel like it'd be important to, develop because y'all do a lot out there, just JV and varsity, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
especially
I think
schools this size, our size.
And how smaller schools kind of do it out here. I've heard of some teams, instead of calling it a freshman team, they might just do a JV1 or JV2, or they call it JV and then a JV combo team. And your combo team, it'd be like JV1's your top tier guys, no matter what grade they're in.
Yeah.
And then JV combo's kind of your developmental guys, no matter what grade they're in. And so obviously more spots you have to do that, you're kind of giving yourself the ability to send guys out with one team, one guy's out with another, get more kids playing football, get more kids in the program. More kids in the program usually means more fundraising dollars, right? So just getting numbers up, I feel like it's a huge vital step. And, it's like we talked about with Coach Derek DePascali from New Jersey. Once you get numbers kind of built up, the rest of it kind of takes care of itself, and just get more kids involved in the school, get more kids caring about the community, all this and that. But
here's what you do. Here's what you do. Okay. First off, I think it's odd, maybe not odd, but I don't think you need to specify these as a different role or whatever,
that to me,
especially at a school that size like we do. Every coach coaches JV anyway. So,
yeah,
like, just
exactly.
make it
That was
more
my whole
assistants.
point. Because I mean, that guy, okay, so yeah, you got 2 guys for a whole JV team. That's probably not how
And
they do it. They probably have
no,
some of those guys that double dip or they
yeah.
half offense, half defense and flip after half the practice. And
And here's the thing: if they do it like us, where it's just assistants, you're taking a pay cut to be that JV head coach, which
exactly, yeah.
not worth a pay cut because that's some
No,
hard work down there.
yeah, that's my whole point. I don't like having that differentiation there.
But I think this is what you do. All right, one of your football coaches also does the weight room. There's 4,600 extra right there.
That's all sports though,
Whether
probably.
that's possible, yeah, if it's all sports, that may be an issue. I don't know, but you get another one to be your social media guy,
You're finagling through the stipends here.
and then one of them does yearbook through the day.
Boom, we've solved the budget crisis. Nah, shoot. I just think it would be a huge advantage going to a 2A school and being able to have, how many guys do y'all have
10
9 through
paid.
12?
How many
I'm sorry, I
guys?
meant how many players in your program do you have 9 through 12?
70s, 80s, something we're around there. In the spring,
All
it's
right.
higher, and then in the fall, it
Yeah,
gets a little
you
lower,
whittle it
obviously.
down.
But
So, you take for y'all a 3A school with 70, now let's talk about playing 2A, but you got 115. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Or
yeah.
100. Like, I just feel like that's setting yourself up for more guys to develop. You might find those diamonds in the rough. Because somebody listening is going to be saying, well, if they didn't want to play, they're not going to play whether you have extra JV teams or not. But you don't know that. Getting guys playing time, getting them bought in, because that's one thing we do with our sub varsities is if you're on the freshman team, whether it's freshman A or freshman B, JV1, JV2, like you're going to get what I call your government issued snap. And for some of those guys, like that's what keeps them on the hook. Like just getting that little bit of playing time, keeps them coming to practice, keeps them in the weight room. And we've had several guys that were gold or B teamers and JV2 guys that eventually might be able to play for us at some point on varsity, maybe when they're a senior or maybe even a junior, who knows? Some of them just need a growth spurt or something like that.
Here we go. This is high school football coaches in South Carolina. Now, this is from 2022. Things may have changed a little bit. Some of these coaches may not even be there anymore, whatever. The highest in the state was 130,000. That was Berkeley.
Berkeley, wow.
Berkeley High.
It's kind of a shock.
I wonder if they updated this.
I figured it would be, Dutch Fork or one of these powerhouses, making sure they keep their guy.
This looks like an updated one. All right. This is a lot.
It's not user friendly. Somebody just copy pasted on.
Here we go. So John Reggie Kennedy, he's at Irmo. He is the athletic director, head football coach at Irmo High School, $106,000.
So 102 for 2A is not bad because Irmo's 5A,
Never mind.
right?
This is even older. Said it was from 2025. December. That's college. All right, I'm all out of whack, man.
It's late, man. It's late.
Let's take a peek. What I want to see is what these coaching jobs are looking like in Texas.
All right.
So
I hadn't even gone down this rabbit hole. I mean, I'm sure there's some crazy ones. I mean, I've heard of booster clubs out here having 2 separate booster clubs for one football program, with one account having $1 million in the bank, another account having $2 million in the bank for the booster clubs for football only.
I'll take $1,000.
That's at a powerhouse that I won't name, but they're still in the playoffs.
I think I could name it if I really wanted to.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. So this is, we spent some time on South Carolina there. My favorite place, if I'm just cruising around, just, because I'm curious, I'll go to THSCA, which is the Texas High School Coaches Association website. And they've got a job board that stays pretty active. Jobs constantly getting posted, position coaches, head coaching. Now, I hadn't checked it in a little while, Jack, in quite some time. So I don't know what. I know if you go up there to the top, Alto is a tiny school out in East Texas. Yeah.
Let's take a peek here. Oh, look, they got links and everything. Look at that.
Now, this is a very small school.
Let's get this. I got so many tabs open, I can't even. All right. Here we go. Bachelor's Texas Teaching Certificate. Do we have a pay on here?
It might be negotiable.
Yeah, I don't see one on here.
It might be one that, by experience, you can kind of finagle the number a little bit. That might be why they don't want to put a specific one out there. Now, I don't know how good they've been and stuff, but I know you're talking probably even smaller than 2A ball out there for y'all. I mean, it's real small. Yeah, so they go position by position.
There we go. I can go to Big Sandy.
Big Sandy, defensive line.
Look at that.
Big Sandy is west, I think.
It's like they're about the same size, 2A. Well, they got filters. Look at this. Look at this. You can do it by certification field.
Lancaster, that's close to us. That's South Dallas area. We had to beat them twice a couple years ago when we made a deep playoff run. They were in our district. We beat them at home, and then we had to play them again in the 4th round. So that's a job where you're going to have some athletes year in, year out. 6A, but I think they're actually going to probably realign and go back down. We'll see how that one goes, but I'd imagine that one's a solid paycheck.
Yeah. Let's get the PE off of there. I want to look at 6A. So this is big, right?
Yeah. So Arlington, that's kind of out near us. Arlington, Sam Houston. San Felipe Del Rio. I'm not as familiar with that one. Lancaster, we just talked about it. Trinity, or was that Texas Military Institute? Not familiar with that at all. That might actually be a college job. I don't know. Or a private school, maybe.
Looks like a private school. It's got Episcopal in the name, so I'm assuming high school.
Yeah, I like to. Oh, it's a high school.
Yeah.
I like to peruse around this just because you can set it up by location. Obviously, whether you're just looking for a position coach job, coordinator job, whatever, and then it just stays very active. Yeah, you don't have to have an account. You just hop right on here and just kind of peruse through. I guess all the college coaching carousel has got me thinking about just this whole network and how it all gets. The shuffle button gets hit every year.
Yeah, the college carousel, especially this year, has been
it's been nuts. Like,
insane.
How about Penn State? You've seen all the so they got rid of James Franklin, right? Guy wins a ton of games. And then Franklin already gets a job at Virginia Tech. He's already flipped a bunch of Penn State commits to go to Virginia Tech. Penn State's still without a guy. And like every guy they've tried to get, from what you read in the reports and stuff, they've struck out. And, it's did you see the story about BYU, how they were trying to maybe go after BYU's coach?
I think you sent me a tweet about that too, actually.
Well, I did. That's what I was hoping to set up here. So they're reaching out to apparently the guy at BYU, which is in Utah. The little context there in case anybody didn't know. But so BYU is where actually Crumble Cookies is headquartered. Yeah.
Okay. Some good overpriced cookies.
Yeah. So the coach, he's having maybe some talks with Penn State, apparently, according to the reports. And apparently the Crumble Cookie headquarter CEO or whatever, apparently they're big boosters. And apparently threw some money on the table to keep their guy. Yeah. So I saw this tweet, talking about how the BYU coach is looking at Penn State. It says Penn State fired James Franklin because it believed national championships were the standard, only to be turned down by the coach at BYU because the CEO of Crumble Cookies outbid Penn State's boosters. So what a world we live in where a cookie company is the difference maker in going from BYU to Penn State for a coaching job.
What do you think he got? You think he got like lifetime Crumble Cookies? I mean, look at this man. This is a man that probably enjoys some Crumble Cookies. I'm going to be honest with you. As a man who does, I'm about to say, as a guy like that myself, I can point him out. This man enjoys a good cookie. Maybe they upped his pay and gave him lifetime supply. Who knows?
Well, business is booming. They're throwing up Crumble Cookies left and right, at least out here. I don't know about y'all, but...
And I'm going to be honest. Yeah, no, they are throwing them up everywhere. But I don't think that doesn't feel like the job for him, Penn State.
No. I don't think
got a
Penn
good
State
thing going.
Yeah, he's got BYU rolling. He's been there for a minute. And so you just saw Penn State fire James Franklin, and that guy was winning 10 games a year.
Yeah.
Like, I think, you don't want to go signing up for something, move across the country.
But if the SEC, if the SEC taught us anything, it's that even if you got a good thing going, you can still jump ship or jump sip and go elsewhere.
I see what you did there.
Yep. Clever. I mean, that whole thing.
Shout out to Coach Jordan.
Yeah. Shout out to
Sawyer. Move to Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Have to go check out our episode with him if you haven't already. I told him, man, I'm going to have to get some LSU gear now. You done switched up on me.
Well, the crazy part is first game next year is Clemson at LSU.
Really?
Yeah, that's the opener next year.
Might have to try to make that.
That might be a little wild, especially if it's a Saturday night in Baton Rouge.
That
Yeah,
might get a little crazy.
get a little squirrely. Yeah, dude. It being off season or kind of getting off season rolling. We had a tough loss Saturday. Monday, come in. We did our equipment return, and I don't know how you guys. We usually assembly line it.
Yeah.
It's the most functional way to collect 300 helmets and 300 pair of shoulder pads. And it was just tough because it's really one of the last few times you see those seniors in that athletic period where it feels like they're still a part of the team and stuff. And they'll always be, but just in a different, you start to peel some of those names off the depth chart and stuff too. It's like that last scene in Friday Night Lights where you just got the music playing. You see the name tags from the depth chart go falling into the recycle bin. And, we're dropping some good names.
It's a bitter part of the season. Now, I will say this. I low-key enjoy equipment return day because that's just where my mind can kind of just go to work on organization like now. Because when you issue stuff out, especially for us this year, Fieldhouse got renovated. We got to move into it like mid to late summer. So it was like a rush to get everything turned around so we could even just get ready for the season. It's still not 100% where I want it to be as far as organization and just use of space. And so it was nice having the season where all the equipment's out of there, kind of, that you have room to kind of like think and where this goes here, whatever. And now all the equipment's coming back. And so you can kind of test it and see if you need to move some stuff around. But that was just me kind of nerding out on the equipment side of things. But it's always sad, like you said, seeing those seniors last time. But I mean, it's just that time of year. Again, like the depressive time of year where that first 2 weeks where you're kind of like, what do I even do? But
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Do y'all send y'all stuff in for reconditioning?
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
So the reason I asked, because, obviously doing the vlogs and stuff, I did a vlog for our equipment return day, and somebody commented and was like, you don't let the players keep their stuff year round? And I'm like, first of all, might get lost or sold.
Ain't no might. It's going to get lost.
Yeah. But I don't think the guy realizes, like, we send that stuff off to get reconditioned so that it's good to go for spring ball and that next phase. And that takes time too, that reconditioning process. You gotta inventory everything.
Yep.
And you figure out how many of this type of helmet, because you're probably gonna have some money where you gotta replace some old helmets that are out of circulation.
Yeah, I'm about to say, unless you bought every single helmet at the exact same time, there's only a 10-year lifespan. So those are expiring at certain times. Like you just have to, it's a constant revolution of things.
It just opened my eyes that I guess people don't realize, like, we don't just put it all in storage and leave it till next football season. Like, we have to take care of that stuff. Like, you go put somebody, it takes a minute.
And it takes a lot of money.
Yeah, it does.
The reconditioning is expensive, but then you have to do it. And it's like, well, it's like a necessary evil. Like, how do you
the internet bill, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like
you got to pay it. You got to have internet nowadays. Like, how's this not a utility? Why am I paying taxes on it?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But fortunately for us, I mentioned it on, I guess, a few episodes ago, we're kind of phasing into axioms, which we're doing it X amount per year. So there will be, I think our helmets we currently have, the Speed Flexes, are maybe 3 or 4 years left until they're, it can't even be reconditioned anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be a process getting the new ones because they're staggered as far as their end of life years. And so it always feels like you're just kicking the bucket down the road. Like, this is going to hurt in like 5 years when we have to buy 15 helmets out of the budget. But I mean, it is what it is. You have to have it to play football, and the prices of those things just keep shooting up and
keeps going up. They'll invent some new helmet a year from now.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The latest and greatest.
Just thank God we don't have to get Vices. Like, I'm not hating on Vices. They are technically, according to the study, like the safest helmet out there or whatever. But I remember when they first came, on the scene when I was in college at Clemson, and we got like 3 or 4 of them just to look at them. And the way they're made, it's like a car. Like, a normal helmet has, which Flex, Rydell's kind of moved towards some of that too with that's what the whole Flex thing is. Those panels move, give a little bit. But Vices deforms like your car. If you get in a fender bender, your car crunches up to protect you, versus it's just a hard shell, like the helmets we wore in middle school where it was just a hard shell and you just hitting a hard shell, right? Your brain's still rattling. But those helmets, if they get hit and they deform, you're out. Like, you got to get a new shell.
For real?
Like there is
I didn't
no
know that.
like popping it out. You can't pop out a dent like a car. And so if it ever comes to that, it's going to get really expensive. I mean,
No
really
doubt. You got to replace a
expensive.
whole helmet. Like I
It's kind of
mean,
nuts.
I guess that's what makes it so safe, right? Is they are selling out on being able to absorb that impact. And I didn't realize it was like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. And maybe some of that's changed since then. This was like, I don't even know how long ago that's been, years. This was like when Vices first came out. Now they have like a new model, the Trench, which looks ugly, all these other kinds. But
Is that the one with the giant
the
thing on the
extra,
forehead? All
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it looks,
So we get equipment return day done on Monday, and then Tuesday, next week we're gonna try to get all new maxes on our guys, so that we can have numbers to work off of for the off season when that gets rolling full time. But we're still gonna get our 3 lifts in based off our old maxes. One, just to continue to kind of work out soreness, let our bodies get back under us a little bit. So we hit that first lift yesterday on Tuesday, and then today we did kind of a stretch and just speed training, things like that, just a little something, something. And then we'll hit 2 more lifts to round out the week. But had signing day this morning too, so just kind of doing a lot of different things logistically, just to kind of ease on. And then once we get the maxes done, we'll get testing done. Then it'll be like true full tilt boogie off season. But yeah, it's just crazy how the switch gets flipped that fast. And now we're already talking about names for next year's team and what kind of scheme with the body types we have. And you're just already starting those conversations. And it's just crazy how it flips. Once you get that equipment turned in, it's like on to the next thing. And it's
and
wild.
it is crazy. And back to the helmet thing, I know I'm nerding out on equipment right now, but one thing I've started doing with our reject helmets, because that's another thing people don't consider. We send these things out for reconditioning every year. Rydell inspects them, and if there's, structural damage, a hairline crack on the inside of the shell that you never even saw, it's rejected. That helmet's gone. You have to buy a new one. Like you can't, there is no like swap. It ain't no trade-in thing. It's like that one's gone, so you're out of helmet. But what I've started doing with those reject helmets is I'll actually refinish them myself because you can't wear them on the field anymore anyway. So I use them as like giveaways or like,
Smart.
display helmets or something like that. And
Yeah, we do something similar. Yeah, we'll take the ones that get rejected, and then when we do our golf tournament, we'll let people bid on it. Yeah, just to have a little something in their man cave or
Yep.
whatever. Try to get some money back for it, because usually we had to buy one to replace it, right? So you're trying just to offset costs and stuff
Yep.
like that.
And it works
But
really well for like businesses, local businesses to have in there, like a restaurant to have the helmet in there. Sometimes you can do like a sponsorship deal, like, they help out, donate to the program. They get a helmet, recognition, yada, yada, yada. Now it's kind of painstaking if you're going the whole repainting it yourself and everything. But if you're just giving them an old dinged up helmet that they like the scratches and everything, throw some decals on it, send it out. That's easy to do. Or, your senior gifts,
yeah, there you
if
go.
seniors need a gift and you're low on the budget, I get it. You can use your rejects, throw some stickers on it. The kids love when they're all gouged out anyway, so they
War
enjoy it.
stories.
Exactly.
Nah, we're trying to get all the things taken care of. Did signing day this morning. I guess it's the early signing day, right? This college calendar is kind of throwing off things some. So we had 3 guys sign for football this morning because they're going to early enroll
Okay.
to where they're going. Got a kid going to Rice, got a kid going to Texas Tech, kid going to Notre Dame. Great kids. Wish them all the best. They're going to do great things. And then, I guess it's once February rolls around, hopefully we got a lot more names to add to that list, going to some different places. But it really is a tough environment. If you're a traditional high school recruit, like you got to really stand out in order to get a potential college scholarship offer, because they might take a guy that's already been playing college football for 2-3 years, and he's just going to transfer in and get a year or two done, and he's a proven commodity.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just makes it tough because you're trying your best to market kids and get them somewhere. Because I mean, let's be honest, for some kids, it's their only way of maybe getting some college education is through athletics, and you're
Yep.
just trying to do whatever it takes to help those kids out. And especially when they can play and they've got the measurables. At that point, you're just trying to get their face and name and all that, their film in front of somebody. Cause like, they got it. Maybe they just had to wait their turn out here in 6A, like where you got so many guys, like you got to wait your turn sometimes. Cause the guy in front of you might also be a big time recruit and you might
Yep.
be really good too, but your PT, it might not be as high because just who you're playing behind. And
Yeah.
just some guys who are late in the process, just trying to find them a home. And I don't know. It's just an interesting time.
It really gets crazy with the transfer portal too, because you got a lot of guys that are in maybe D2 or whatever lower levels, and FBS programs will pull from there too. So that takes away a roster spot or scholarship from a potential high school recruit. And so it's important, I think, for younger guys, or not younger guys, but high school athletes to really consider those. A lot of them see D, and they're like, "Nah, man, I'm better than that." Whatever. I'm like, look, man, that's an opportunity to play college football, get your school paid for. And the transfer portal's open. Like, that's how it works now. You might jump to an FBS program the next year, but like, you shouldn't pass up on that opportunity just because how it looks, or like how you think it looks.
You got to take what you can get sometimes and just get somewhere. And then, like you said, put your year in. It's almost like with the transfer portal, everybody at the top, they're going to take their pick from whatever.
Yeah.
And then, the kind of trickle down effect from there. Like, I ain't so sure, especially if they get rid of the JUCO not counting towards your eligibility and stuff like that. Like, if they get rid of that, like there's been some court cases and stuff that are looking at that. JUCO might be the next minor league for bigger time college football, which is just a minor league system for NFL. Like, it's just crazy how everything's kind of reshifting with how it's just always been done.
And I mean, you have to look at the numbers, and I pulled this chart up. Our AD, our athletic director, shout out Coach Broom, he actually has this posted outside of his office, big old poster. And it's not to like, shut the lights off on anybody's dream, but it's the research that the NCAA has of high school athletes that make it to college athletes that make it to Division 1, 2, 3, however many. But I mean, if you just look at it, there's 1,000,001 high school participants in football. 77,000 are able to go to NCAA at some level. Like, if you look at those numbers and you tell me you're going to pass up on an opportunity because it's D2 or whatever, you're stupid. I hate to tell you. Like, I hate to be that way, but that's dumb. Like, you have to keep your mind open.
Especially like we said, if it's helping pay for school, like, take what you can get. If you ball out and bigger opportunities come and you want to take advantage of that, by all means. But yeah, it's harder than ever if you're a high school kid to go and get, unless you are truly a top tier prospect and everybody's knocking down your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, those old guys, the old way of you getting on somewhere and you might have to wait 3 or 4 years there to get some PT. Like, now you got to take what you can get PT, maybe get some film, and then maybe go shop around again. Yeah, it's just the way the world's kind of shifting to. But
I mean, and you have to the stats don't lie. I'm a numbers guy. Stats don't lie. 7.5% of high school football players make it to the NCAA. 3% make it Division 1. 3%. That's out of 10 people, 3.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not right. That math's not right. Out of 100 people, I said 10. I mean 100. Out of 100 people. It's not been
a good episode for math.
It's a long day, man. I've been doing reproductive health and CPR all day long. It's a long day. 3 out of 100. So it's even more drastic.
Mm-hmm.
So picture 100 people, if you're not good with numbers like I am right now. 3 out of that 100 people are going to go Division 1. 2 are going to go Division 2. And 2.5 a person are going Division 3. Like, 7 people out of 100 people are going to play college football. And you're going to turn down an opportunity.
And that's different levels too, like you said.
Entirely. Like,
yeah, this D1 or bust mentality that's going to have to change.
It's delusional is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of delusional and just trying to shift to a lighter note anyway, I know with my extra time, I know I'll send you a ton of links, or we ain't got to get through all of them, but so I already sent you the Penn State one, right?
Yeah.
I can't even remember some of the stuff. Like, I've been sending you so many of these last few days.
I'll just pick and pull them at random.
Yeah, here we go.
One at you.
Yeah, Russian roulette it.
All right. So first one up is probably my favorite.
Oh, yes. Big rivalry weekend. Michigan player headbutting the ref.
I mean, right in the schnoz.
Pow,
the
right
video. What was his goal there?
I think he was trying to demonstrate maybe how he hit somebody. I don't know. I actually didn't watch the game. We had our playoff game that day, so I didn't get to see even the Clemson-Carolina game. I kind of had to watch the highlights afterwards. But, yeah, not a good freeze frame right there.
Not good at all. Not good at all. All right. You ready for the next one? I don't even know what the next one's going to be.
Okay. Coastal Carolina, which made headlines prior to the season because they got free concessions. Did you know that, Jack?
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but good for them.
Well, I saw a picture of it. They just have, if I want a Dr. Pepper, they just already have like 6 cups of Dr. Pepper ready. You just walk by the concession stand and grab it and go. You want popcorn? They got popcorn tray. You just grab it and go.
How I don't understand the money part of it. Like, how does that
I would assume they only carry concessions that are super
cheap?
like popcorn and drinks, right? Those are high profit margin concessions. So hot dog is probably a high profit margin concession. I doubt they're doing brisket nachos like at Cowboy Stadium that they charge you $20 for. I doubt they're giving that away for free. I think the whole thing was just to get butts and seats, right? Get people out there to the surf turf at Coastal Carolina. And while they're there at halftime, Jack, we were talking about bands last week or in our last episode, and how some of those halftimes get crazy out here in Texas for high school. At Coastal Carolina, they had medieval times and a Revolutionary War reenactment as some of their halftime shows this year. So yeah, this is like a Revolutionary or Civil War reenactment going on during halftime.
And anytime I see Revolutionary War or like Civil War, just fighting strategy, war strategy,
Oh, we're just two lines of dudes are going at each other.
let's just shoot at each other. We'll just stand right here, not move, and shoot at each other. And then they thought the guy that came up with like guerrilla warfare was a genius. He's like, wait, you mean move around in the woods and like surprise people?
Be somewhat tactical.
That's brilliant.
Groundbreaking.
And I can't help but think of Mel Gibson in The Patriot. Like that dude was just like, taking
Great
the English
movie.
out like it was nothing.
The Swamp Fox, right? That's who that character was.
Oh yeah,
based
Francis
off of.
Marion. Look at this though. That's pretty cool. I ain't even gonna lie.
I honestly, at least one time, would probably rather watch something like this than a band perform. At least once. I saw
mean,
one time
pretty...
they had Medieval Times literally do a whole show out at one of their. I guess it was a slow time for Myrtle Beach or something, and so they brought the.
So, short story about Medieval Times. In middle school, we went on a field trip. I think you've probably heard me tell this before. We went on a field trip to Medieval Times in Myrtle Beach. We were sleeping with the sharks, so we slept in the aquarium overnight, and Medieval Times was one of our stops, right? If you don't know what Medieval Times is, it's like a dinner show, but it's based in, medieval times. So there's like jousting and whatever else going on. You're eating like a half a turkey or chicken just laid out on a plate. It's supposed to be like authentic or whatever like that. Okay. Well, my teacher, who was like 2 seats down from me, we get our food, we get our drink, and, the show's starting. And she asks the waiter, I guess, who's also authentic, whatever, hey, could I have some silverware? And the waiter looks at her and he's just like, sorry, ma'am, they did not use utensils in medieval times. And she goes, but they had Pepsi. That boy brought back a fork so fast.
Like, let's be real here.
Like, come on, dude.
It's like the Shane Gillis bit. Have you ever heard it? Where during COVID, he went to Mount Vernon, George Washington's estate. Have you heard that bit?
Yeah.
And he's going through, and they brought him to the slave quarters, and he's like the only white guy there, but they're all in character, and he's just like, please stop doing this.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Boom. What in the world?
But yeah,
okay. That's Dan Mullen, right?
Yeah, Dan Mullen's there now, and having a great year.
Yeah, 10-2.
Which I've always thought he's a good coach. I just think at Florida he kind of quit recruiting. I think was kind of what got him in hot water there.
I'll be honest, the way Florida's looked the past few years, I think that's for some reason a tough job. You'd think it wouldn't be, but
unless I guess Miami's just paying everybody now because Miami's kind of the top dog in Florida right now. But you would think Florida would be able to have the resource. Florida State, you would think, be able to have the resources. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, UNLV, I don't know what the backstory is because their mascot's the Rebels, right? The guy is wearing a Medieval Times. It looks like a cannon hat. Is that the turnover? Or okay, they're playing Nevada. Was this a rivalry trophy?
It might be, maybe. I doubt that's the trophy, but maybe that's like a replication of it in a hat, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. What is the UNLV and Nevada? UNLV.
Dude, I can't do math. I can't type. That's the Fremont Cannon is the trophy. So yeah, you're right.
You beat me on Google.
Sniped it.
Good call. Okay, so they just made hats to kind of celebrate.
All right,
I guess because they blew them out. I'll take that. Yeah, I should have looked at the
shiesty and the cannon hat. That's a unique combo.
Very unique combo. Those are some clean jerseys, UNLV. That's another solid dynasty option on NCAA is UNLV.
I ain't gonna lie, Delaware has been my new go-to.
See, I don't have the new one. I don't have the new one.
You
so
don't
I
have the new one?
No. I spent $100 on the one last year to play it early, so my cheapskate brain is.
That's a recurring charge. You got a plan for that. That's every year, man. I'm buying that. That's like GTA. Whenever it comes out, I'm buying it.
Maybe if more people enjoy hop water or Gridiron Spice.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Or everybody hits the share button on 4th and Ward real quick.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get NCAA 26.
Yeah, help us add to the NCAA fund.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so
an online dynasty with 4th and Ward. Oh, this one from the Monday night game. So the kicker, and I only watched like half the guy. I didn't see this till the next day. Totally misses the ball. Young Ho Koo is the kicker for the Giants, right? Which is one of my favorite names in football.
Fantastic fantasy name too. So many options.
Yes, so
many
options.
Team name options.
But he totally whiffs on the kick here, and dang near looks like he breaks his toes kicking straight turf.
That looks painful. Like really painful.
He's swinging his leg hard. Like that's got to be broken big toe.
That or maybe some knee damage. Like you could really mess something up.
Yeah, that's true. Totally whiffing.
Yeah, how does he even?
Yeah, for the folks listening, the Giants were lined up for a field goal kick, and the guy kicks straight misses the ball, just almost dang near kicks up turf.
Yeah, we're not talking Charlie Brown here. We're talking like
he hits it before his foot got to the ball. He missed.
That ball could have been a yard, maybe half a yard back further, and he still probably would have hit the ground. Like this dude missed entirely.
Oh man, I think we got time. We got one more. Okay, last one right here. This will bring it full circle. This brings it full circle since we were talking about coaching carousel. The University of Alabama at Birmingham, UAB, all right, they post their head coaching job on LinkedIn. Jack, can you imagine some of the responses that they got when they posted this thing? All right, guys like us. Well, actually, another small world thing. I think they actually, rumor was, they're going to hire Presbyterian's head coach. I think they're going to hire PC's coach.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which seems like a big jump.
Pretty big jump, I'd say. I mean, PC was on fire this year.
Yeah, won 10 games.
Yeah, he got coach of the year. What are they playing? The Pioneer League now?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Davidson and all them.
Yeah.
I watched their Davidson game, but they lost. I don't know what happened then. It was like, I mean, Davidson was having a rough year. The record was not. It's kind of the opposite of what Presbyterians was at the time. And then I turned the game on, and they were losing with like a minute left in the fourth. And Davidson ended up winning. I don't know what happened there, but no, I tried to apply just now, but they're no longer accepting submissions.
They already closed it. They got their guy. They got their guy from PC.
They got him.
All right. Well, let's round this thing out with our team of the week wheel, Jack. Guys, as always, be sure to drop those comments if you haven't already done so. We add teams every week that we get in the comment section, preferably on Spotify or YouTube. It's easier for us to find it there. If it's one of our clips on TikTok, we may or may not see it as well, but we got our team of the week wheel here. I'm really hoping it's one of the new additions from last week, Butler. I really want to see this blue turf.
Yeah.
As always, brought to you by the Gridiron Spice Company. Code 4th and Ward, the number 4, THANDWARD at gridironspiceco.com. That'll knock 10% off your order. And let's spin this thing, Jack.
Let's hit it.
Since we spent so much time on Liberty, we should have added them to the wheel.
We can always do it after.
Ooh. We're back in Texas.
Hardin High
School in Texas. Now, I am unfamiliar with this one.
Let's take a look here. I'll get off the LinkedIn posting. Probably had football in there. Telling you, man, my brain is firing off. Not enough sleep, and it's just a long day.
It's a lot later there than it is here. So
still got to finish some more reproductive health stuff. So that's a joy. Oh, good year. Good year.
Hardin High School. What was the record?
12-1.
12-1. Let's go.
So they
What's their mascot?
Might still be playing. The Hardin Hornets.
Hardin Hornets. Okay. And let's see here. Click standings real quick. Or did it say what region, or I'm sorry, what classification they were in?
It doesn't. So 3A D1.
3A D1. So they're a bigger 3A school. I just saw where they got knocked out, maybe.
They did. They lost to Yoakum.
Interesting. Yoakum might be another name we've put on the Team of the Week wheel now that I think about it. We got a little infighting there between Team of the Week nominees.
That's a great
now
year.
We're 12-1, solid year. So they ran the table until round 3 of the playoffs.
I'm gonna be honest, it looks like they ran it. Yeah, like ran the table. Their closest game was a 9-point game against Orangefield. The rest of them,
they are just destroying people.
8 or 7-point game, Hitchcock.
Let's pull this up on maps. I'm trying to figure out where we're at geographically in Texas.
Let's see. Looks like we are over towards Houston.
So I guess just way outside of Houston to where it's a smaller school.
And we were near Big Thicket National Preserve last time.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. I'm getting deja vu. We're getting we're getting some love. A lot of nominees from down there in the Houston area. Nice little stadium. What's the name of that stadium? Let's pull that up.
It says Hornet Stadium.
Hornet Stadium.
Found that anywhere. Oh, yes.
I told you, this is my favorite website right here. All right, Hornet Stadium, home of the Hardin Hornets, down there and out and around Houston. What's the capacity on that guy right there?
2,400.
Nice, solid.
Just updated to turf in 09. Moved. Looks like they did some renovations. I want to see Hornet Stadium. Let's try to find a better picture here. Okay. All right. So
nice little press box. The turf looks good. I like the logo midfield.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I bet they pack it out too for a 12-win football team or a 10-win football team at the time. I bet this thing was rocking.
Oh yeah, I bet it was too. I mean, it's
a good clean logo.
Looks clean. Looks like they take care of that field too. That's a different school. All right, so it said they flipped the home and away side, so like they built a new home side and used the old.
Okay.
So this must be the away side, the old press box, which is still nice. You don't really see.
Yeah.
A lot of schools don't have the 2 press box thing, so we do because we did the same thing as this back in the day. We flipped home and away side. But I do think that's a nice feature to have.
Oh, especially like in South Carolina where you're coaching on top of a press box half the time.
Yeah.
It's nice to have it all separated out. You got places to put other people's radio crews and stuff like that.
Yeah, they got some new windscreens.
Yeah, heck yeah. I do like the signage they got up. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Doing it right down there in Hardin.
Yeah, all right. Let's try to find some jerseys.
Yeah, let's see some jerseys and call this a night.
It's like Under Armour.
Oh, let's look at that white helmet right there.
Right here?
Is it HH? Is that what's on the helmet?
Yeah, Hardin
HH
Hornets.
with a little Texas outline around it.
So, okay, looks like they may have switched to Adidas.
Okay. I like the stripe. I like the yellow with the blue. I like white helmets anyway. Like, give me a white helmet with a 3-color or the 3-stripe in the middle. I like a colored face mask. Or if I'm going all white, I like all white with the face mask white as well.
Yeah, all
like
white. Yeah, all white's hard to beat. That kind of iced out white look.
Heck yeah, Hardin. Maybe one of the biggest win percentage wise, maybe one of the best seasons we've had so far from some of these team of the weeks.
I think so. I mean 12
it's going to be hard to beat. Yeah, you ran the table regular season, finally got knocked out 3rd round. Shout out to the Hardin Hornets. Episode 37, Team of the Week here on 4th and Ward. We appreciate I got to start making note of who submits the teams. We can give them a shout out too for showing some love to their school or their town. But Jack, I won't keep you up too much later, man. I know it's dang near midnight there, so you've had a long one.
I gotta finish out some reproductive health stuff. So it's gonna be a long night either way, and a long day tomorrow. Day in the life of a PE teacher, right there. But
heck yeah, put it on a vlog. A wise guy once said. Well, send us out, Jack. Some folks get mad if you don't say it.
Yeah, they will. First off, go ahead and get you a hop water. Use our code 4th and Ward, and y'all stay golden. All right.
You locked in now with the 4th and Ward. 4th and Ward. Adam.